Hello, I'm standing here with Minister Kellie Leitch from the Conservative Party of Canada. She holds multiple portfolios. One, of course, is Labour. The other, she's talking about the status of women, and she's in town today here in Brockville. She just hosted a roundtable about women in business, and I'm wondering if you can give us some background on sort of where that came from, what the idea is.
Well, you have an outstanding member of parliament here, Gord Brown, and Gord had asked me to come here to talk to business women leaders here in your community about their businesses and how we can grow them. His focus is about creating jobs in this local area, and that's exactly what we hope to do by providing women entrepreneurs, particularly here in Leeds Grenville in his riding, opportunities. So we talked about mentorship, we talked about financing, we talked about international opportunities for building our trade relationships, and I got some fabulous input.
I see you're doing kind of like quite a substantial tour. I know you're going to be introducing another minister at an upcoming Economic Club of Canada event. I've been reading you've been speaking at Queen's University. I know that's on the circuit, a variety of different things. You're talking about science a lot as well. There's a lot of different pieces to the puzzle, and you're sort of wearing many hats on this particular tour. And with an election sort of on the forefront, I guess, does anything feel different now than, say, it did 4 years ago?
Well, look, I think that our government has a proven track record. We've been very fortunate. We are leading the G7 with regards to our economic capacity in some very uncertain times economically. And our continued focus will be on creating great jobs for Canadians and making sure that those small businesses that are the lifeblood of Canadian society, like right here in Leeds Grenville, are supported. And so when you talk about science and tech, for me, that's about making sure women are integrated into great jobs that are science and technology oriented. Here today with Gord Brown, talking to women entrepreneurs, making sure they're creating great jobs in the local economy here. So that's what our focus is. Great jobs for Canadians so that we can grow the Canadian economy.
So we recently had Mark Arnell come through, who's a critic for international affairs, et cetera, and quite a notable member. But he seems very enthusiastic about his party's chances. Now, they were depleted quite dramatically 4 years ago, and they feel as though they're on a certain level of an upswing. And if you look at the polls right now, it seems like there almost is a virtual tie, even close to a virtual tie between the three main parties. So Parliament could conceivably look very different, especially with the new seat count being in play. What can we expect from a Conservative campaign this year?
Well, you're going to expect us focused on the economy. Unlike Justin Trudeau, who says the budget will balance itself, we're focused on making sure Canadians have jobs. And, right here in Leeds Grenville, you have an outstanding member of parliament. Gord Brown is an advocate for this area, whether it's economic development focus, an investment of over $48 million in this local community, or making sure that the Rideau Canal actually is open more hours. He's a huge advocate for these things. He's a community activist, and that's what counts. And so we need to have someone in this riding, and I think in all ridings across the country, but you have the person in this riding in Gord Brown who represents your community well, has outstanding credentials on creating jobs, and I encourage people to bring him back to Parliament in 2015.
Well, I know you're on a schedule. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here, and of course we do appreciate it, and feel free to come back anytime if you're in the area.
I'm excited about coming back.
All the best.
Take care.